podcast. Uh-oh. Let me get this right.
You know what I'm saying? I did most of the movies on cocaine. All About the Benjamins. I used to sit in Ice Cube's trailer in the morning and be crying, tears. He like, Mike, wipe your face, man. You a king, nigga. Stop doing this shit to yourself. I'm sitting there wiping myself because I was I had survivor's remorse. I was so sad that I left all them niggas here in this city and I was famous. And when I would come home, I wanted them to be happy for me and they was mad at me. So I said, damn, I got to destroy myself for you to like me. I was like, damn, my favorite nigga, it seemed like he liked me more when I'm coming down off coke and I'm crying and I hate myself. He was like, oh man, I love you, nigga. I'm praying for you. But when I wasn't high and I was working out and I looked good, he's like, nigga, you think you better than me. I said, nigga, how is my success a reflection of your failure? And that's what happens to the kids. They around here killing themselves, trying to fit in with somebody who's fucked up. That's the truth. Now, I'm a comedian. We supposed to be laughing.
I've been laughing the whole time.
And the conversation didn't went there like that.
It's all good. It shit happens.
Cause comedians are dark people, man. We dark. Cat Williams, I blessed it. I pray for that brother, man. I pray for that brother because that's some serious shit. The shit that he did on that podcast, man, we better hope all the people that he said ain't no killers. Cause he ain't gonna know who hit him. They got money. They know niggas. It just take one of them to wake up in the morning and say, you know what, that's it.
But then again, you know, a lot of those people that he said something about, they probably ain't bothered because, you know.
All right, man. So let's get into this real quick, man. This was real good. What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube world, YouTube land? I am Real Estate Jay, and
it's gonna be a cold summer.
Welcome to the Cold Summer Podcast. This was a real message from Mike Epps. Where I wanted to take this video was what he said about how he felt like he had survivor's remorse, about how he made it somewhere in life, but wanted to go back to the hood and wanted to be accepted from those folks in the hood. And they only seemed to accept him or wanted to be around him when he was doing the same things that they were doing. But whenever he was doing something positive, they looked at him as uppity or thinking he had, whatever. This is where I want to take this video. The goal is to make it out of the hood at all times. You understand what I'm saying? The goal is not to go back to the hood. The goal is not to even try to make the people in the hood be motivated. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Only our culture feels like we have some type of connection to the hood, right? These people are looking at you as food. When you come through there and you got your Bentley or you look living good, you're looked at as a target, right? A lot of our rappers have went back to the hood because they wanted to play around and unfortunately have gotten gunned down, right? From Nipsey Hussle, who was one of my favorite artists, and he was doing some positive things though, but still got gunned down in his hood by some random young Dolph, right? Chinks Drugs, who was French Montana's boy, just out in the hood, and he had like a Panamera 911 just out there. Somebody shot him, right? And the stories go on and on and on and on and on. We feel that we have some attachment to the hood. And I don't understand that in our culture. And we need to stop that. Because at the end of the day, the game is get what you need and move on. Get what you need and move on. You don't owe anybody anything. You don't owe nobody nothing. Mike Epps has made it in life. He's had, from what I've been reading, he's had some ups and downs, and he's done this by himself. And he deserves to be able to win now. But he don't need to go back to the hood to show them anything. They should be able to see him. There's a thing in Detroit, and it's funny because when you talk about music in Detroit, when you go to the hood, a lot of guys will say Eminem is he not our rapper. He ain't this, he ain't that, because he don't come to the hood. And I swear to y'all, that is the dumbest thing that I've heard these rappers say. And it's only black folks that say this. Eminem, he ain't really a Detroit rapper. He ain't really one of us because he ain't. Eminem grew up on 8 Mile, right? In the trailer parks. He was on 8 Mile. He was in Detroit. But because he's not the guy that comes to the hood and he stays out here, which is like 5 minutes down the road in this big old mansion, and he's more of a national star, they don't want to claim him as a Detroit artist. But guess what? You don't claim him as a Detroit artist, but everybody in the world knows that Eminem is a Detroit artist. And because he ain't sitting on Chalmers somewhere and popping in and popping out, y'all don't want to label him as a Detroit artist. Y'all rather label somebody else. Oh, you know, Babyface Ray, that's the best guy. Which, I mean, I mess with Babyface Ray too, but Eminem is just as a Detroit artist as the rest of them. But black folks, we want people to come back to our hood and give something to us like they owe us something. Nobody owes us nothing.
Sensational.
Period. Mike Epps don't owe you nothing. He actually in his own city building back the block, buying houses and renovated them. I covered it on this Cold Summer podcast. He doing enough, and he's benefiting himself in the real estate market. This whole we need to put the hood on mentality, I don't care where you are. Drop it. Drop it. Because you don't owe anybody nothing. And when you go back there, you're looked at as a target. If they can't come to you, so they can see a better environment and they can come to the burbs and see these other things, which is what they need to see. Instead of you coming to them, no, meet me where I'm at. I'm not going to meet you where you at. Meet me where I'm at. So we can see life in a different lens. And the reason why I react to this video is because this is kind of similar to a little bit of like what my dad went through, right? My dad grew up in Highland Park, and he was always looked at as kind of like the black sheep of the family. He was different, and he ended up growing and getting himself together and moving out to the burbs. I don't necessarily get it, but I get a lot of flack from people in the hood where it's like, oh man, he's from the suburbs and this and that. And they don't want to listen to you, or they want to disqualify you from stuff, and they don't want to listen because they want you to be where they're from instead of understanding that I could be just like you in a different environment or a different space. You don't owe me anything and I don't owe you nothing, but it's up to you to get up out of the hood. It's up to you. And don't go back. That's what I got to say about this video, right? I don't like that our culture thinks that we need to stay connected to the hood. I never understood that, right? Like I mentioned Eminem. Eminem got up from the hood, from Detroit, and got the hell on. He got the hell on, which is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get out of there. You don't want to stay on that low vibration environment. You know? You don't. Get up out of there. Y'all may not like my opinion on that, and I'm okay with that. It's my opinion. I like to be safe. And that's my opinion, but y'all drop it below, right? I want to hear what y'all got to say. And let me go ahead and get up out of here. Let me get up out of here. And like I said, after every video, that this is chess, not checkers. I'm going to see y'all at work.
It's gonna be a cold summer.